I'll remind you. Don't worry.
All right.
We're about to make a lot of money.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Yes.
I'm guessing you're going to figure out the
Yeah,
planet
and we
and all
just
that
got
stuff
like
too
a
between
cloaking
sessions.
device. We just got a cloaking device worth like $1 bajillion too.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to sell that. That's the thing.
Well, I'm just saying, like it.
Yeah, we will. We just got to find some awesome black market thing.
Well, we
I
have to
don't know
find.
if I have
We have to
connection.
find. Yeah, we need to find someone who could potentially attach it because it would be a useful asset.
Yeah, it'd be very helpful for a small ship like this. They're not very good for anything larger.
I would. Oh, never mind.
I would game master.
All right. So Steve needs to figure out
I mean,
where we're going to sell.
I guess any of you guys could look it up, and so they're gone. You guys are going through inventory. Somebody's on Craigslist looking at people's listings for.
Want to buy one cloaking device.
Yeah, and you could get like a capital ship in trade for a cloaking device, like
Holy crap.
hundreds of thousands of credits, maybe even millions of credits.
We'll sell it
Wow.
to
We'd be rich.
So it's, I mean, it's illegal. The Empire does not want you to have them. They're highly illegal. And
Is there people who actually know how to install these on
no,
ships?
No. The likelihood of finding somebody to install a hyperspace device or a cloaking device is super small.
So we can find a bunch of people
give up
to
on that.
sell it to. We just can't find people to install it. So
No, you can't even find a bunch of people to sell it to.
Oh.
Because of how illegal it is and how expensive
Okay.
it is. Those two combinations, it's going to be... I mean, maybe eventually you'll come across somebody, but...
It's like
who can
stealing
either
the Hope
install it
Diamond.
or wants to buy it.
But in the immediate future,
It's just going to chill on our ship.
you've got a giant, super expensive doorstop.
Super expensive. Super illegal.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, it'll come in handy eventually whether to sell it or install it. We can keep it until then, though.
Oh yeah,
I
mean,
can already tell
Just
there's
gonna
going to
gather
be
dust.
I can already tell there's going to be plenty of wacky adventures involving this thing, and like someone's going to like pick it up on scanners or whatever when we're going through like checks. It's
A
going to be
cloaking
all.
device. Great.
I mean, they'll probably detect like an anomaly. Like if we're not actually using the cloaking device.
Did we ever invest in that smuggler's hold?
this is way
No.
bigger than a smuggler's hold
Well,
item.
Dylan, you got to remember, this thing
Okay.
technically has no power going to it, so it should not put off anything. Because there's literally nothing
All right,
running on it.
let's bury it in boxes.
Well, it kind of looks like that anyway.
Pile it up in here somewhere where nobody can see it.
Well, where it is now, what's wrong with that? It's under all those boxes.
Do you
All I
want
can say, Steven, is that might be a hint, a potential quest in sometime in the future. Maybe we'll find a scientist or a buyer or
Yeah.
something, and we'll end the
Yeah.
game as millionaires.
Yeah, if you sell this thing, you basically need to start new characters because you are gods.
Yeah, we broke the game.
Yeah.
Why? Because
we
we'd be
sell
able to, like,
this.
lightsabers and stuff, or
What was that?
would we be able to buy like lightsabers?
We could
and-
buy a lot of
buy,
lightsabers.
like, Yeah.
I would just I would sell the cloaking device, buy the Hut cartel, and retire.
We
No,
could
no, no, no,
potentially,
no. You remember
could we
the
potentially
whole?
buy that like death robot thing that was like on that list that was like worth
Yeah,
like
Guri.
even more than the lightsaber. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just space drop it onto the planet,
I
solve
mean-
other problems. Mission accomplished.
That's like certainly on the level of this item. Yeah, Dylan.
That death robot
Yeah.
is on the level of this.
I mean, she's 9 million, which is not quite that much, but it's several million.
Up there.
Yeah, it is up there.
We could work our way to it.
Well, you know what we could do? Remember the whole starting our own like syndicate idea? We could sell it and start our own syndicate of mercenary group. Oh yeah.
If we can find someone to buy it.
If you can
Yes.
find a buyer, yeah.
Yes.
Which
But we can start. That could be the start of our own group if we found a buyer for it.
We definitely don't want to be casually going to like black market people or whatever and being like, hey, have you heard
wanna buy
of
a
cloaking
cloaking
devices?
Perf-
That's how we mob after us.
Samanju probably would be the person who would bring it up that you can't just keep something like that on your ship because if anybody who's anybody looks anywhere on the ship, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Like-
So we probably need to get like a storage compartment somewhere that's safe. And
Yeah,
Well,
we need to
yeah, we
find
need
some
to
place to dump it.
You need a place a planet place to like hide it. So
Well,
that
we could
people-
always keep it on the planet where we buy the drugs. 'Cause we have
Eh.
Oh god, we are just terrible.
Well, I mean, it's a good place to keep it. You know what I mean? Like, because they're like our allies. They're our business partners. We could be like, hey, can we have like a storage space that we could just put some stuff we don't need here, keep it here, whatever. It's just junk,
Pile
whatever.
it in there with some random.
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know if they're gonna want to store it though. I feel like that might be pretty high for them. Like,
Well, they don't know
No,
what
but
it
they
is.
don't know what it is. We just tell them
I
there's
guess
some
that's
stuff
true.
we need to keep.
I guess that's true.
Just
We
we've
just
got a
ask
bunch
them
of
if we need
salvage
those storage
parts.
things.
Yeah,
Dump
that's
it in
probably
there with some sensor arrays.
that's probably not a bad idea.
Because they're not going to betray us because we're making them money. So, I mean,
We're homies.
exactly. I mean, where else are we going to keep it?
Well, all
It's
right.
not
Well,
like
how
we have
about?
a home.
Well, I would say if we're gonna do that, that we should probably do that as like a first priority, and then after that, look into selling all the crap.
Yeah, that's true. Like, go hide it first, and then maybe keep a couple of the like laser cannons or whatever, like one or two of them, in case we ever decide to like mount them on our ship somehow, since they're capital grade destroyer weapons. I believe that was about what you said, Steve.
Yep, they're pretty powerful.
Yeah, so we might want to keep like one or two of them because I don't think even if we got the power upgrade, we could hold forward 4 onto our ship. But
I
no,
mean,
no,
I'd be
no.
surprised if we could even do one.
I'm gonna say probably 2 definitely 2 at most.
okay,
if
so
you
I
have-
say we at least keep 2 for now.
If you have really good rolls to install, you can get 2. Otherwise,
Or we have a professional do it.
or you spend some nice money to get somebody to do it correctly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's always an option, especially if we end up selling it someday.
Well, I mean, and we are getting a butt ton of money right now.
Yeah,
so we'll
I
see
mean, I'm
what
pretty sure
happens.
$78,000 would cover the bill of getting
I
someone
think,
to install them.
Yeah, definitely.
if we're really interested in expanding our armada, that's not really an armada, but our ships, maybe keeping those and mounting them on a different ship would be a good idea.
I mean, we could do whatever just to keep at least like 2 of them, and then sell the other 2.
Yeah. Well, they're
So how are we going to figure out the value of those then, since we already have like the grand total?
I'll give you a breakdown of all of the pieces that you've taken.
All right, because I already have the base value stuff. So
Yeah. So I'll give a breakdown. If you want to just message that number, I'll give a breakdown of all of the stuff, all of the weapons, the money that Osri gave you guys.
do you want me to just put it in Star Wars or send it to you privately, or
Whatever, it's fine.
I'll just put it on Star Wars? Well, no, I'll send it to you because there's a lot more talking on Star Wars than you and I do on Facebook.
True.
that's
Alright.
a good idea. That check gets crazy.
I mean, unless there's anything else, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think so.
Nobody
Well,
got
guys,
bid.
That worked out. Good job, guys. You guys did all right with that.
Yeah,
Probably
we're
better
good.
than you
We
thought.
shielded Eldo.
We're just a little bit more morally gray. I think you guys have started having an influence on Grabo, and he's becoming more evil as time goes on.
We didn't
Well,
really do anything.
Yeah, you guys
I
didn't
wasn't-
do too much
Yeah, we
bad
didn't
this
do anything
time.
evil.
Yeah.
We just did more morally questionable things.
I wouldn't say I was.
Like
well,
what?
I mean, we questioned these guys. I mean,
I'll
I
say
didn't
we
even
did
have to
nothing
torture him.
Immoral. We did nothing immoral
I
in
mean,
this
there's-
entire session.
There's like a dozen people out or in the wilderness with brain disease that you guys just kind of ignored for 3 days.
We couldn't have saved them. If we'd gone
Well,
up to
yeah,
them, they could have
yeah.
become hostile. We would have ended up killing them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and not
They
to
seemed
mention,
happy.
yeah, not to mention I figured they would be around for more than one day. I didn't think they were gonna leave.
yeah.
Who am
Yeah.
I to judge their culture? They can live how they want to live.
So yeah, we
Fair
did nothing
enough.
immoral in this whole thing.
We didn't
Yeah,
even
I
have
mean,
that
He had
many.
that punch to the
point of
face
view.
coming to him.
Man, I didn't use any of my destiny, or I used one. but
Used one,
Yeah,
and it didn't work on you.
there
Yeah,
wasn't
we
a
haven't
whole
used
lot of
Infinity either.
overly.
There weren't much
important rolls.
rolling
Yeah, there
going
wasn't.
on.
Yeah, a lot of it was actually just talking.
Yeah, there was a lot of narrative.
And then a random punch to the face to end it all that he deserved.
You should have used the destiny.
Oh, I would have killed him if I would have used the Destiny on it.
What did you say, Jordan?
Oh, God.
He was saying I was good.
Yes.
Yeah, Jordan did behave on this episode.
Good job. He
Yeah,
felt bad after
high
we all
fives
shunned
for
him for
Jordan.
shooting
Look
a
at
slave.
all of those targets, man.
I thought about it so much.
If we had decided that they were worth XP, though, Jordan would have been
Yeah,
all
there's-
over that.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Oh yeah. Well, I probably would have body slammed him and stuff and started hacking and chopping too.
I've been like, Armin.
Yeah, maybe with that we should say no XP at all.
Can you guys
'Cause I
stop?
feel
Well,
like
that's what the
people-
vote was, Steve. Because remember, at least three
Yeah.
of us voted for no XP, and the other ones were debating on how much it was worth. So
Yeah,
majority rules that it's no XP.
I think
First
we're gonna
kills.
go with no XP for.
Yeah, I agree with that
Disney
too.
kills.
I just did it because I just wanted to do something.
We're gonna go mechanic. We're gonna go mechanics over realistics in this one.
Okay. All right.
All
Next time we should set up some combat. Just throw angry guys at us.
Well, we could always
Bro.
do like
There was
Um,
multiple occasions for combat, but you guys were super careful. Like you just covered your bases really well, and they
what
never.
were the opportunities? Like I mean, other than the 14 random people with ceremonial knives, that would not have been really hard to kill.
Like discussions about the cloaking device.
Okay.
I was
We could have
I was
potentially
expecting combat to happen over that.
I was
Yeah, I
expecting
kinda
him to
thought
like.
too.
I was expecting
That-
like after I punched him out, after he came to be like vengeful, and him and his people come after us.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that there were no consequences.
Yeah.
No,
Let me down there, Steve.
he knew he deserved it.
I just thought he would have like a vengeance-seeking mode after me then, because I just knocked him cold
No.
with one punch.
Yeah, I'm also surprised. I mean, it might come in the future. We haven't been attacked by the people that we set the turret off by or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
That might be
I
a
thought
thing.
honestly there was going to be a space battle here coming whenever Steve's like, leaving planet, space battle, woohoo.
Yeah, I thought about it, but they
That would've made it
they're
more
not going to respond
interesting.
that fast.
That's true, especially since we were in such a remote area.
Osri is a real character in like the Star Wars universe,
Huh.
and he goes on to start a huge resurgence of Wookiee slave trade. And so I was just giving him made up backstory that he got into that idea from watching you guys.
If only I'd known, I would have shot him in the head. Excuse me.
well, maybe,
Well, I
maybe
did punch him in
Josh's
the face.
yeah, maybe
Okay.
Josh's punch helped to redirect his idea and say
I
that
don't
maybe
know.
that's not a good idea.
Maybe it made him angry at Wookiees and
Yeah.
make them decide to take revenge on them all by selling them into slavery.
I say we go back and kill him now.
Anyway, just knowing because now we can see the future.
Oh wait,
Go
I have
back
a
and-
premonition. He has to die. And he would still somehow survive. The Force would save him or
Well,
something.
I honestly wanted to kill him, so I was hoping that he would get up and try to fight me, but I didn't expect to knock him out with one punch.
I just thematically,
Thematically, just let him thump.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was an uber sucker punch, because as soon as he opens the door, he got met with a
Boom.
fist, but I mean, I was hoping he would, like, get up and put up some kind of trouble so I could just stab him or something, but...
My bad.
All right.
I'll add
Well,
some more.
anyway,
I'll plan
yeah.
some more combat then for you guys. There'll be,
That
lots,
just
there'll be
did
lots
if you
of
didn't
fa-
notice
stuff.
from the... Yeah, if you didn't notice from the one previous to this, Jordan's trigger finger's itchy, and then this one, my fist is itchy.
Yeah, the last couple scenarios we haven't had any real intense combat.
Yeah.
The last three, we haven't had, like, any.
Yeah, I would like to do some sneaky shooty pew pewing soon.
I don't like being sneaky pew-pewy. I like to run up and punch people in the face or cut them with my sword.
Well, you do
Like
that,
you
and I'll
would-
sneak around in a circle and shoot them in the back.
I'll get
What are
you.
you talking about? You hide behind me as a meat shield.
I'll get you guys all of the money info and potential jobs that are currently listed on the Holonet. You guys can talk about it in the Facebook and.
Well, that's what we were talking about originally. Like, we could do those random, like, contract ones to, like, do filler ones when there's only, like, 3 or 4 of us that can actually play. But we never got into that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, not all the time we can have a bigger group. So, I mean, we talked about having, like, a night where, like, Steve and 3 of us could just do, like, a contract mission or whatnot for some extra money.
Yeah,
and-
do like a one-off
XP.
where we just fight some stuff.
The only problem with that is it's so hard to figure out how long something is going to take.
Facebook.
So-
Jordan named the conversation Spacebook.
I mean, it always depends. I mean, if you wanted, all you would take at that point was maybe you have like a conflict in mind,
Right.
and it's like we accept a mission and we just go to that conflict. We don't have any build up. We just go.
That's a good point.
And
Just
We just warp there.
completely
It's kind of like how they do it in games,
media
like for like little little missions. You just skip everything else.
That's a good idea,
Um,
Dylan. That's a good idea. And maybe
Yeah, and,
we
and
can
if
even
it goes
have
fast, we can just do something else.
any of you guys that want to GM some sessions. Maybe you can GM some mini game session, because I guess we've been doing this for like a year now, so you guys should probably start
Yeah.
like, hey, I could figure out how to run that. If you want, I mean, I don't mind at all.
Or we could do another random one where like Jordan was Goku and stuff at some point. Except with not like uber characters like a Ghost and Goku and all that stuff.
Yeah, I will
And
say
where Steve pits us all against each other.
I personally love sticking to the one story and continually building story with established characters. I think that's really neat.
yeah,
Well,
I do wonder when will we get to a point where we feel like this story has come to a close and we would want to look into something else, because we've been doing we've been again. You started a little later, Josh, and
I was only like
Brian.
2 episodes late.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been doing it for like a year now. So
Are you
like,
guys? Are you talking about doing a different scenario, like not Star Wars?
well, no, not necessarily not Star Wars, just like a different. We'd be in Star Wars potentially still. I mean, unless everyone wanted to do something else. But it would just be like new characters, new setting. We're not trying to be killed by Jabba the Hutt or the Hutts
Yeah, yeah.
anymore or whatever.
I mean, I do have like a growing plan. So as you guys progress, I have matches for like, oh yeah, once they get to this level of armaments, they'll be able to take on this mission.
That's what I was
I would
wondering.
say because we
I feel like
technically
we're
haven't
getting
done any
pretty
big missions yet.
Not
Yeah.
since the Hut. Not since the,
The
Hut.
hut, we did the hut, and then we've done like a couple like mini ones.
Medium mission.
Yeah,
medium
we haven't come across like a huge one. Do we even have like a next one after this?
Well, I mean,
now?
the one where you guys were against the Sith, I thought
Oh, yeah.
when we started that, I thought maybe you were gonna die. You guys just absolutely dominated on
Demolished
the
the Sith.
rolls for that one. That it seemed like an easy mission, but that was supposed to be like number 2 in the series of big events in your. Because I mean, that was like your ship was destroyed. You go up against a Sith. You have a bunch of backstory for force power knowledge now. So I mean, there was a lot that happened in that. So the hut
but it
was
still went really quick because he just died so fast.
yeah, it did go really fast. So,
Yeah, we rolled too well. I mean, that's I think been a consistent thing, and that's one of the reasons why I was asking. Is I feel like we're getting kind of jacked, like, and I was worried that we might be getting a little too jacked for conventional.
Well, I
narrative.
mean, you had us using reds tonight with like the piloting when I had to do it, and I still was beating it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that he's not making it more difficult. It's just that we're getting good rules.
and that's part of the
You
leveling
never know.
progress is there's not a whole lot of leveling in the actual game. We started leveling. I don't know why I had leveling in there, because it made sense and people wanted it.
Well, yeah, I mean, in other ones, in like D&D and stuff, they'll have leveling as well, but it is a fairly slow process.
Right.
Like I know you'd have to you might level like up like once or twice in like a major campaign kind of thing.
Well, we don't
Um,
level all that often either. Once you get past level like 2, it takes a long while to get to level 3, and then
Yeah.
even longer to level 4. So I mean,
Maybe I'll just start introducing some of those bigger missions then.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like we're very beefy.
I mean, I'd rather do a big mission that takes us a while to develop and stuff like the hut one did. Because
Right.
isn't that what you guys were working on the first 2 before I came in, and then even whenever I was in it? Wasn't that all
Yeah.
hut?
Yeah, it's all that was all a continuation of one. Yeah.
Yeah, that
so
was
I mean-
that was one you pulled offline or whatever. That was like a big one you pulled off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say like after like in this next one we find a new big one or something, like even if you have to push us towards it a little bit,
Okay.
just to give us something
Yeah.
more.
I'm game for at least for now maybe switching back to like a more of a linear idea. We still have a little bit of openness, but like keeping us more focused
You
and
got
on
it.
task. So
Yeah,
that
try
we
to
have-
get us
think
to an
that would be
actual
nice.
big mission.
we have like
to
a
make it,
major
like-
narrative.
Yeah.
So like if it's like you can like DM block us if we like if my brain works if we run into like say something and we try to wiggle our way out of it, like if there's an encounter and you want us to have game master block us once or twice to like make sure we don't skip the encounter.
Right. Okay. I can do that.
It's not
Just to
often
push
that
us towards like a big Uber thing again.
We're giving you permission to railroad.
Yeah,
Yes.
just
At least
Give it-
to get us into a
thing.
bigger
Yeah.
scheme thing.
Yeah, because I mean, like in those little missions, I have 2 starting big ones, but you don't know which ones they are. I know which contacts, but okay.
Wait,
yeah.
is it safe to assume that joining his army was a start of a big mission thing?
Yes, yes.
I kind of figured it was.
I
Yeah.
kind of could tell he was a douche, though. So
Yeah, we kind of don't want to work with him because I would have ended up killing him myself personally.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
don't.
We
The
don't
real
want to
me
work
does.
with a Wookiee trader.
The real me doesn't give a rip because the real me wants to do like a big mission, so I don't really care.
All right, I've got one just off the top of my head that I have wanted to get you guys into. So maybe
Okay.
I'll figure out a way to make that your choice to go for. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, think of it this way: on our we're gonna go drop this cloaking device off, hide it, and then start trying to sell the stuff. Is what we're gonna be doing. So I mean, if you could have railroad us to the planet we need to go to.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
We'll be
So I
good.
mean, it wouldn't be too hard because you could railroad us there and have us meet the contact who's gonna buy our stuff, but then has us
Exactly.
start doing other stuff.
It's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I would say it wouldn't be hard to railroad us in that aspect because
Yeah.
you could have him we could even get better weapons from the dude in exchange for what we're selling him and all that, along with hey, you want to make some more money or whatever, here's a railroad into whatever or
Yep,
something.
Yep.
All right, sounds
Awesome.
good. I gotta get scooting.
Yep.
Nice hanging out with everybody. I
Yep.
look forward to our next encounter.
God knows
And
when
may
that'll
you
be.
all, and may you all have a good life until that happens next.
See you
Hopefully
guys.
you.
soon.